What's up, guys? Happy Tuesdays. Yes, Tuesdays. See what the market bubble is looking like today. Qualcomm huge mover today, up 8%. With that partnership in BMW today. So really good move. I don't know if anybody caught that from the watch list this morning. And then what else we have? We also have Home Depot, huge mover after like after earnings. Talking about some good stuff. Some of the precious metal company came down a little bit, and AMD also strong move too. I have no clue what this company is. Norwegian Cruise also came down pretty hard today, down about, where are we down to? Down to 6.9%, down $23. Pretty interesting move there. Activision down a lot today, gave back all the gains that it had. It was looking really good, breaking out, moving above that $71 resistance, and then bam, just got smacked. So that was kind of sad. What's up, Jimbo? Good afternoon. How you guys doing? So some interesting stuff. A lot of interesting movements today in the market. Overall, the market index was pretty green. Strong move out the market this morning from the Nasdaq. Dow Jones gave up all the gains from this morning almost. SPY was starting to giving up some of the gains, starting to look a little bit bearish. And then we got some huge earnings after hours, so let's check that out. I was looking into Nvidia's earnings for this week as well. Kind of excited for that. What's up, Amizo? How you doing? Jawa. Bro, you still playing Tesla, man? I thought we're all on that GGPI train. GGPI. What's up, terribly happy? Wait, is this XY? Wow, look at Tesla, man, moving back to the 1050 magnet. I love that magnet, man. What a good psychological level. What's up, Fiat World? How you doing? Damn, so we had some pretty good earnings from this morning. Some really interesting stuff. Let's pull that up real quick. Got Walmart from this morning. Q3 earnings per share. Freaking Walmart, man. They can't hold the game for the life of them. Every time they have earnings, and they have good earnings, they can't hold the gain. They always dropped it. So earnings per share was $1.45 as opposed to $1.40. Sales is 140.53 billion. Beat estimate of 135.6. So that was good earnings overall for them. 8% increase in EPS, 4% increase in sales. So pretty decent earnings. Last year, company was trading around 150s, right? And they're doing better than last year's, because last year was trading 150s, and the stock is at 143, man. What a scam. What a scam. Then they said they also raised their full year 22 guidance as well, from where they originally thought it was going to be 6.2 to 6.35. Now they're like 6.4 to 6.33 estimate. So they're like, we're definitely going to beat it. We're going to do a great job at it. But market didn't like it. It had a nice pop to 150s from 147, and then it came down lower. Wow, man, the biggest scam ever. Let's just fill this gap at 141 already. Jeez. GGPI, my main girl, but Tesla, my side girl. Is this the way now? This the way? Oh man. What's up? What's going on? Did the gross margin decrease? Let me see. I would think so. I think that's probably what hit him because Walmart is a consumer staples company now. So a lot of the consumer staples companies, so as you can see here in the sector, right? They're part of the consumer staples sector where like to a certain extent you would think like, oh, you could potentially partner them with like Target, but not really. They're like now partnered with like Clarks and all these other companies that are considered super safe companies to invest into. So and they pay a dividend, so they don't generally move that much. And a lot of the consumer staples sector, from what we learned last month of all the earnings from consumer staples like P&G, Clorox, the Spice Company, MCK or MKC, right? They all like they all had this issue where inflation they're getting a lot of inflationary pressure. So inflation is so high right now. Consumer price index like was putting inflation around 5.3% or something, but potentially could be as high as 9%, right? and and all that pressure is causing a lot of like margins to get wrecked. So could be a slight issue there. So that's why a lot of these consumer stable companies are just getting wiped. So we got some other interesting earnings as well from this morning. Did any good earnings come out today yet? Tattoo Chef came out. I'm gonna check that one a little bit. Let me check out SE as well. I know a lot of you guys love that company. Um, oh yeah, but going to Walmart, I would definitely buy if it ever comes back down to like this 2020 levels, like maybe like 139s, 138s. I buy the dip, you know, 135 at a triple bottom on Walmart. I buy the dip, you know. It's a buying opportunity because they're still doing better and their guidance is still good. Um, but anywhere else right now, I'll be like whatever, man. I'll stay away, but I'll wait till 135. If it hits, it hits. That's great. I'm not too excited about buying the Walmart. So SE also had limited. SE limited also had earnings today. Q3 EPS is negative 84 cents as opposed to negative 65 cents. So it lost a little bit more money. This is like the Amazon of Asia, right? Southeast Asia or whatever. Sales is 2.7 bill as opposed to 2.45. 21% decrease in EPS compared to last year. 122% increase in sales compared to last year. So cost more money to make money right now. But they said they see that full year 21 e-commerce revenue around 5 to 5.2 bill. Does that mean it's gonna slow down, or what does that mean? How much of their revenue is the e-commerce revenue? Don't really know. GPI, my main lady too. Definitely the way. Bullish or bearish on Nvidia ER? Well, Nvidia ER is tomorrow. I want to say I'm leaning a little bit bearish, and I'll explain to it a little bit more. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Undervalue. They get into the car chips, BMW partnership. The whole sector is bullish as hell. You know, and AMD's been flying, so making every other stock, like every other chip stock, look undervalued. I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day TSM flies. Bought Nvidia 242.5 Lotto. Good luck. If we get in that range, that could pay. That could go from $15 to $1,500, depending on which one you got. What are your thoughts on the Express Spa? Bullish on it. I like it. You see it here. They just said XSPA Express Spa registers first ever quarter of profitability. So that's huge for them, right? We reported third quarter full year 21 revenue of 26.8 million. Because from 12 express check locations totaling 25.4 million revenue. and they only reported zero point 0.2 mil last year, so that's huge growth. The cost of sale increased to 13.7 mil from 1.4 in the prior year. Admin expense rose as well, but obviously the revenue increase can justify that. So I will say, and like as you can see here, net income is 5.6 mil as opposed to negative 6.1. So overall, pretty bullish. They said we firmly believe COVID-19's testing at major U.S. airports will remain an important part of travel, especially international travel, for the foreseeable future, said the CEO. So I agree with that. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. COVID testing at the airport is definitely going to be a thing still. So one last earning that we're going to take a look at from this morning is Home Depot. This was also a big mover. Earnings per share is 392 as opposed to 340. That's a great beat. Sales is 36.8 bill as opposed to 34.49. 23.27% increase compared to last year and 9% increase compared to the same period last year. I will say this is probably one of the few stocks that I think is starting to get extremely overvalued because last year company was trading at 271. On the 2-year basis, company was trading at 246. So there's the growth is starting to slow down in that sector. So I think they're starting to get really pricey for the shares. They provide a guidance. I don't see a guidance for them. So getting some sweeps on the put side to our market close here for 400s. 139 too high. I feel you. SC dominate. SC is very strong. Because they were expanding to like 5 new countries. Talking about SC, right? Yeah, that's true. Just catching up with the comments now. We have to talk about what type of beer Nvidia ER would have to justify the monthly increase. Shopee now in Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Poland, Spain, France, and India. Wow, that's big, man. When is Shopee coming to America? I actually seen some interesting products in Shopee, and I wanted to pick up some stuff. I just checked Walmart gross margins are down about 15 to 20 basis points from the previous quarter. That's not that bad. Thank you for checking that. Appreciate that. Fiat World says Nvidia has to be pricing. That's what I think too. So, and I'll tell you, hold on, let me look at this earnings. Let me look at these two earnings, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about the Nvidia stuff. Because Nvidia's earning is not until tomorrow, so we got time to talk about this. XAU. Let me put this on here. We'll take a look at it a little bit later. But let me look at some of the earnings for today. Tattoo Chef, which is like a competitor to Beyond Meat almost. I think they were supposed to report the other day, but I'm not sure what happened. They got delayed. So, damn, I didn't even realize they were going to report today because I could have sworn I didn't even see them on the calendar. They were supposed to report the other day, so they didn't even show up on the calendar. For today, I only see like Lazy Boy and Stone. If I saw that they were on the calendar, I would have definitely been bearish on them because how much like Beyond Meat took a miss and it dropped. So it was an easy miss from this one too. Very close to the same sector. Tattoo Chef says earnings per share is negative 10 cents as opposed to negative 5 cents estimate. Sales is 58.8 mil as opposed to 63.95 estimate. Cover compared to last year's, it's a 91% increase because they lost a lot more money last year. But sales didn't really say how much it was compared to last year's here. But guidance is weaker too, so not doing that well. Ooh. They said they're not able to file the quarterly report. Said record quarter revenue of 58 mil, an increase of 44% year over year. Brand revenue increased 56%. Net loss was 8.2 mil compared to net loss of 3.2. Wow, so despite the revenue growing so much, they actually lost almost 3 times the money, which is not good. Coming back to the whole 1-year price, if it loses this $15 level, this could potentially go back down to sub 10s. This could be the downfall of this company, Tattoo Chef. Fubo? Check that out. Let me check out Stone. Give us some good news, RB Nico says. Give us some good news. It's been 3 years since Stone became a public company. Milestone caused us to reflect on the progress we made in such a short time. Since our IPO in 2018, we've built on our strength to scale the business, grow our client base 5.9 times, our revenue 3.5 times, reaching over 422 banking clients and 200 software clients. So our purpose to serve Brazilian entrepreneurs, transforming their dreams into results. A lot of talk here from the CEO. They said their financial service grew 81% year over year. Damn, their thing is hella hard. Take a lot more time to look into that. All right, so I think this is the 9-month, and this is the third quarter compared to year over year. This is 9-month compared year over year. Seeing a lot of good growth here, a lot of great additions. Active payment clients increase a lot, so a lot of 100% increases and stuff. Software revenue doing really good. I think that's a new thing that they're doing. Key accounts are losing a lot of money there, especially this quarter compared to the years. So I guess probably some of the bigger customers are taking L's. Payments are doing better. This revenue is a turnaround revenue for them too. I mean, this quarter is a turnaround for the net income as well, going positive. I think this is where the company turns around, honestly. It's down a little bit after hour 32 to 30s. So if it goes down on the technical level side, we could probably see 25. I opened a strangle on it, so we strangled it to 25 or 30 plus. So could really see it go either direction. If it comes down to 25, we'll probably close the put position and pray for the call side. See, what are we looking at for FUBO? Yeah, FUBO almost coming back to that bottom over here around 22. So that could be a nice setup. Did see some money flow coming in though. So that's getting interesting. Throwing some signal on that. Could be an area to start picking up some position. I don't think the earning wasn't that bad. But right now we're mostly focused on a lot of the earning plays. Yeah, we did take a look at Tattoo Chef. I don't know if you remember Beyond Meat's earning from last week, but Tattoo Chef is kind of similar. Um, it was looking kind of ugly. The net income was really bad. It means like they spent a lot more money to increase their revenue, but their revenue only increased 50% year over year, but they spent almost like 3 times more money. So that's kind of ugly there. I didn't like that as much. Possibly, that's true, but inflation across the board. What's up, Nasty Nate? How you doing? All right. Was there any other earnings that you guys are looking at? Oh, Lazy Boy also reported. I want to see where this is going because they started running up prior to ER, and I remember looking at the last earning. They had a huge drop from 43 down to like 35s because they said they had supply chain issues. I don't know if they resolved that yet or not. Let me see. Activision. We'll take a look. I'll go a little bit detail into it, but I think it's a whole. So they said they picked up 22 million shares, returned to shareholders, deliver all-time record high sales for the quarter. Apparently, monster quarter, I guess. People are buying recliners across the board for some reason. Their sales increased 28% to 439 mil in the fiscal 2022 second quarter. Operating margin getting wrecked a little bit. Starting to see some decline here. What is Joybird? Oh, Joybird is like another furniture company. I guess they own that. They said they could still potentially purchase up to 8.6 million shares under its authorized share repurchase program as of October 23rd, 2021. So expects Q4 to be really good as new production cells come online. Same time, we expect continued supply chain disruptions. Oh, we talked a little bit about issues in Vietnam that could cause them. But they say regardless, they expect to make more money. So that was a pretty bullish earning call, I guess. Stock is moving up 7% after hours because of that. What? IAA earning was like last week, bro. They did have a lot of sweep today, starting to make a reversal. I saw a bunch of sweep come in on Friday for them. That was pretty bullish for an odd company like that. Yes, JMI is doing pretty well. As long as it stays in our range, I think we'll be okay. We needed to come back to like $16 or closer to like the end of the week, and we'll be good. Honestly, we need JMIA to stop dropping. Dolby Laboratories also reported earnings today. Q4 EPS is 58 cents as opposed to 56 cents. Sales is 285 mil as opposed to 299 mil. This is 28.89% increase compared to the same period last year, and about 5% increase in sales compared to the same period last year. They said they see Q1 EPS between 98 cents to $1.13 as opposed to 131. So that's a poor guidance. They're not expecting to hit their next quarter. Sales between 345 to 375 as opposed to 389. So not doing that well either. They're not expecting a great quarter coming up. Probably seeing some issues. But they think that their full year sales are going to be good, apparently. Even though next quarter is going to be bad, they expect to make up for that. Never even really seen the stock trade. That's weird. Target earnings is tomorrow. I'm a little bit excited for that as well. Let me see. Where's Target? Tomorrow morning. A little excited about that. I think it's gonna be a pretty bullish earnings. I seen Target do a lot of interesting things this quarter. The Target circles. They had the Target circles coupons. They also have the Target shipped. So a lot of interesting things coming up for Targets. But stock has also ran along a lot too as well. But I know like almost every single earnings that Target's had, they beat it. It's at a point a matter of what the guidance is, honestly. They could still beat and the guidance could be bad and they could come down a little bit. But I think that's most of the earnings today. We'll talk about some of the tickers that you guys wanted to check out. Like Activision. So Activision, I think was a scam. If you looked at it, we were at a very good level. We were about to break above. And I said this yesterday too, man. I was like, we're coming into this resistance around 69-ish. It was a good area to sell because there was a little resistance here. We were struggling to break above it, and then we finally broke it. We finally broke through. It was heading as high as 72 almost, and this baby looked like it was gonna come back and start heading like higher levels, right? It was like starting to move up. Things were looking extremely good, but RSI was peaked, and then they released the scam news. They released the news on Activision. There's like, oh yeah, so the Activision board backs the CEO, and apparently the CEO had known about this workplace harassment for 2 years and whatever. But I feel like this has already been reported. The stock's already beat up from that. I guess we're at a point where they need to replace the CEO. If they replace the CEO, then the stock is gonna fly. I feel like that's the next move they're trying to push for. They want the CEO gone. Like they want him gone at this point. From the way like these things are, these news articles are publishing. But they said the board said that so they're happy with the way he's doing it, and plus they already settled it. So it's interesting. Um, so last time when the news first dropped, the company was trading around $90, came as low as 77s, and then had a slight recovery to that purple line here, and then we dropped again, right? We dropped again to like 72s, had earnings, ran back a little bit, had earnings, and then dropped some more, you know, to 65. So I think this area is a pretty good level. I mean, if we break under the lows of this earning drop of over here, which was like 64.58, that's where I think we would be in trouble. But otherwise, I think at this range over here is a pretty good buying opportunity. I mean, RSI hasn't bottomed out yet, so we'll see. We kind of need a recovery tomorrow above like 70s to really see some bullish trend. But otherwise, it could get really scary if it start dropping any further. Might not even want to trade this ticker anymore at this point. Might have to move over to like EA, as far as gaming tickers go. EA could be a nice buying opportunity as well. It's been making the same move that company made. What's the other gaming company? Activision, EA, TTWO. Just trade TTD. Bro, TTD is gone, man. I don't have any TTD left anymore. Don't bring that ticker up anymore. I don't want to see any more TTD, man. It's over. My relationship with TTD is over. Take two into active could come down a little bit more, I guess. Peloton? Let's check out Peloton real quick. Next resistance for Peloton. I don't know, man. Next resistance could be a little bit of resistance over here, 658, 59-ish. I did post my initial targets for them. They're moving kind of fishy. I'm kind of scared. It's not something I would want to get in at this point because they did the stock offering and apparently the market thought that was really, really bullish. But they sold the stock offering really, really cheap. And this is one of the first few times I've ever seen them like ever seen a stock go up so much because of a stock offer. I guess. I guess I got out pretty early on TTD around 90 something. But I've been back holding that stock for a long time. So it was one of my favorite companies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. GGPI. Actually, I did average a pretty nice size position on this company, and if GGPI moves like to $25 plus, yo, I'm gonna be banking. I'm gonna be doing really good if that happens. So that's what I'm hoping for next. All right, let's talk about Nvidia. I didn't go over it. I'm just about to go over it right now. So Nvidia has earnings on Wednesday after hours. It's probably going to be one of the biggest earnings out there. We're all very, very, very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. So I talked a little bit about it today in our earnings challenge, right? So Nvidia, we talked about it. The bullish case for Nvidia is the whole metaverse thing. They have the Omniverse, they have the Metaverse, the AI developments, and those stuff could cause guidance to be really wild. It could be really, really bullish, you know. They could potentially talk about how much extra additional money they could be making, you know, in the future and stuff, you know, going to 2023, 2024, 2022, and so on and stuff. This could, who knows, this could be the beginning of the whole metaverse thing, because you know, it sounds a little bit crazy right now, but so the YouTube videos, right? Remember when like the first YouTube videos started coming out in like the early 2000s, and people were like, whatever, right? But look at it now. People are making money on YouTube. So who knows? Maybe the next thing is working in the metaverse. You know, your next job would be working in the metaverse, just serving people in the VR virtual world. Who the hell knows, man? But it's also very interesting because the metaverse is also like an opportunity for you to own like the Web 3.0, because currently like we're at like what Web 2.0 right now, and we're at a point where like the only thing you can earn in the web, I mean the only thing you can own right now is domains, right? That's the only thing they let you own. But Web 3.0 with the whole metaverse and things like that, you can actually potentially own like land, you know, like virtual land and all these other things. You can own virtual real estate, run your own virtual parties, concerts, and all that stuff. And a few artists already started doing that too, right? I think Ariana did like some VR video or something. And who was the other guy with the concert that like a lot of people just like 8 people just got ran over and died at or something? Travis Scott. So I think that whole situation could be interesting, you know. I'm creating a virtual incident 4.0. Okay. So a lot of interesting things. Who knows where it could go, right? Those are the bullish cases. That's, you know, those are like speaking in terms of how things are doing really, 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 really well, and the potential for it in terms of the future, right? And the videos at the beginning of it, they got really smart. You know, they got into the AI game. Like I remember like a year ago, they started naming all their AIs, like I think like Javis. They had like they have some other cool names. Like they stole a lot of like popular culture names. Mo Mobus, Morpheus from, you know, Matrix, right? They had a bunch of cool AI names and stuff, and their AIs can do a bunch of things, replicate avatars, voice, and all these other stuff. And then they get into EVs, cars, and all that stuff. So Nvidia is like been on the forefront of everything, and you know they obviously also sell a lot of graphic cards for crypto mining and all that stuff. So they're just like on the forefront of a lot of different things that are starting to play out and working out really, really, really well for them. Because who knew, and you know, who knew like EV was gonna be the next big thing, right? Um, I guess like some people know, but it was still like very speculative. So Nvidia did a good job on that. But at the same time, um, so apparently Bloomberg said that market size for metaverse could reach 800 billion by 2024. But yeah, realistic Sims, man. Yeah, that's crazy, right? What the hell ever happened to that studio that developed Sims games? You know, remember like when we were young, we used to play these like I don't know if you guys like, you know, were born in the 90s and you grew up in the 2000s. The Sims games was probably one of the best games that was like very well designed, that you can play like it's like real life game, right? You could play like life in a way. Have babies and all that stuff, buy a house or some things like that. But that game, like, it just didn't get as popular anymore. It just required too much graphics and all that stuff and too much work. People were even like living life on it. Oh, you're right. Electronic Arts did make that game. That's true. Damn, EA dropped the ball on that. They could be picking that game up and making a metaverse out of that game. Can you imagine? Like they could have done something like World of Warcraft, but for Sims. Yo, they dropped the ball big time on that. Totally forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Totally forgot about that, man. That's a good point. But anyways, the bearish case from Nvidia would be, So we talked about the bullish case. The bearish case would be that everything's already priced in because the stock price ran about 120% from last year, and real growth in terms of revenue right now is only 44% increase compared to last year, right? And earnings per share is actually down a lot because they have done so much spending and some dilution, I think, so that EPS is actually down. So let me show you what I mean by the share price being up like 120%. So if you looked at Nvidia, so look at the 1 year, right? We're looking at the 1 year Nvidia. Look at last year around November, stock was trading around 135. Now it's trading around 300. So that's more than 100% increase in terms of stock price, right? And the revenue hasn't really like catch up to that, hasn't really caught up to that, to that expectation. So you could potentially say like from here to here, this run from like 230 to 300, that could have been the priced in run because Nvidia started releasing so much news about their Omniverse thing that everybody got excited that it was the next metaverse play. That already like started going like crazy. Oh, did they? Probably didn't do a good job marketing, I guess. I remember a little bit of it. I don't remember that much. I know South Park also did a troll version of them like playing VR as well, and I think like Cartman was like trying to trick them or something, and then he ended up being actually in the game. Check out Second Life. For decorating, can't get kind of seedy. Second Life. What is that, a game? Oh, it's like Sims. Oh my gosh. Wow, people made money off this? Crazy. 18 years ago, man, initial release. The Linden dollar. Exchangeable with real world currency. That's crazy. What? Dude, people cashed out over 60 mil in that game. If this company is smart, they would sell themselves to Facebook or meet up with special acquisition companies and ask special acquisition companies to take them public and IPO. And this could be a cash grab for them. They could potentially grab so much money on this metaverse hype. Dude, this is crazy, man. Everything is crazy. Everything is crazy. I'm gonna have to look into this. For what? For making money? New World. Oh, is this the Amazon game, right? This is the Amazon game that just came out recently. So you're saying we can make money off this game? Say less. Say less. I'm playing this. That's it, man. I'm spending that $60. I'm gonna start playing this. Oh yeah, my friend was telling me about this. Because my friend was saying that he said that he had this clan that he could join where he had like a bunch of people, um, and like and apparently like they pulled in like 60K in the first week, of them like partying and doing whatever. And he said he couldn't do it because he was so busy at work. But his group apparently made like a bunch of money, like 60K per person, doing rushes or something like that in Diablo 3. And they were getting like buying and selling items and getting paid through PayPal or whatever. Pretty interesting stuff. Have you played it, New World? Have you played New World yet, Kip? What is this? Send me the link in Discord. No way. So you like you were doing arbitrage trading. You were buying and selling the stuff in at lower price and selling at higher price. That's pretty cool, man. This is what you've been doing all your time, man. Playing New World, bro. Genius. Make that money, man. Forget about the market. Sometimes you can make more money playing games now. This is the new life. Hold up. Let's go back to what was I talking about? Nvidia. So the bearish case was that things are priced in, and they're having more issues with shortages and stuff, and that could potentially bring the stock price back down to realizations. On the technical analysis side, they have a few gaps that they can fill on the downside, which was 266 range and 233 range. So that's why I got the 245 puts that is expiring December 3rd. So let me show you what I mean by those gaps. Oatly, we'll check out Oatly in a little bit. I did see Oatly this morning. It was pretty beat up. I think it was like $9 or something like that. But if you guys were here a while back, I did poop on Oatly a little bit. I wasn't that crazy about it because I have looked into milk companies and stuff, because I had always wondered myself why there was no milk company that was publicly traded. And I actually I was looking into it in like last year in 2020. I was like trying to find what big milk companies there are. And believe it or not, a lot of milk companies actually don't make money. So I was surprised that Oatly even IPO, because I didn't think they were going to make money. But as far as gaps on Nvidia, so you can see there's a little gap here from here to here, and then you can see there's another gap here from 239 and 233 range. So usually gaps eventually gets filled. So if that happens, these are some gaps that could potentially get filled on the way down. Here. If that happens, the 245 puts would pay really well if things come into realization tomorrow. There's obviously a lot of money flowing out of the market as well on this too. So very interesting stuff on Nvidia. But if all things remain bullish, then they would just they could potentially go back up to 320s, maybe 340s, right? But at the same time, that would carry the whole sector up. That would carry everything from AMD, Qualcomm. That could potentially carry TSM up, because if AMD is good, TSM should be doing better, because TSM makes chips for a lot of companies, including AMD. And TSM could easily come back to it could easily break out to 125 to 130 levels, because at all-time highs, TSM was trading at 142. And what's to say that TSM shouldn't be making more money? Like they should be having ridiculous growth potential as well. Hold up. Can you send the link to me on Discord? I can't click it on my app here. So that's my thought on Nvidia. Sorry, it got fragmented and so many got pulled away from so many different directions. But that's why I picked two bullish trades. I picked the bullish trades on TSM and the bearish trade on Nvidia, because if Nvidia drops, it could potentially drop a lot. If TSM drops, I don't think it would drop that much. You know. Let me see. What is this?
Welcome to GPC. We have a lot of exciting things to show you, so let's get started.
Oh wow, that's cool.
We have a jam-packed keynote, but let me first share with you this year's I Am AI, a celebration of groundbreaking work by scientists and researchers around the world.
You guys should check out this video if you have time. Because I've looked into Nvidia before, like last year when they started going off into the AI stuff, and like if you could understand some of the things that they're trying to do in the future, it's literally impossible not to be bullish about the company. That's how crazy it is. It's like impossible not to be bullish about the company.
Simulation that takes months can now be done in days. We're working on optimizing all the popular simulators. Nvidia research achieved a major milestone in quantum algorithm simulation, using 1,688 qubits to find a solution for a max test of 3,375 Hz. This is the largest ever exact quantum circuit simulation, 8 times more qubits than ever simulated before. With Quantum on DGX, quantum computer and algorithm researchers can invent the computer of tomorrow with the fastest computer today.
Oh wow.
The quantum DGX appliance will be available in June. Python is the programming language of scientists and ML and AI researchers. Python has a rich ecosystem of libraries, more circuits, computers. In the meantime, the industry needs a super fast quantum simulator to validate their research. So we created the Quantum DGX appliance. With an accelerator.
I don't want to take too much of the time here, but it's just dumb, man. There's so much things they're doing that if you actually watch some of their, if you actually like look into them as a company and stuff, they are definitely the leader of the future. You know, like if the market crashes really bad and you ask me what stock I would pick up, TSM and Nvidia, forget about it. Like those are the two things that are gonna be around in the next 20-30 years for sure. Or next 10 years at least, you know, for sure. So it's gonna be crazy. But they're also extremely overvalued right now at the same time. So it's very you know, hard to say. Let's go over some of the other stocks that you guys kept asking me to look at. Oatly, let's check out Oatly. So Oatly, the oatmeal milk company, right? They just had earnings. Let's check that earnings out from yesterday's. Saw that they did drop a lot to $10 levels. The company IPO around, I think, was it 20? IPO around 20, went as high as 28, and lost 50% of that. You know, so how bad could the earnings be? How ugly could that be? For sure, market is always forward looking. All right, G Money. Peace out, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate ya. All right, so let's check out Oatly's. So they reported earnings in the morning on Monday. Earnings per share is -7 cents as opposed to -9 cents. So they lost less money than anticipated. Sales is 171 mil as opposed to 185 mil. It says they beat analyst estimate by 22% and missed the sales estimate by 7.99%. They see the full year sales around 635 plus as opposed to 694. So not really close to the estimates there. A lot of people are cutting price targets on the company as well. I would imagine inflation is probably hitting them as well too. Let me see if they had I don't see any guidance other than that, other than this. Let's see the summary here. So they said the revenue in Americas grew 87% year over year. EMEA rose 23%. Asia jumped 98%. Gross profit increased 24.7% year over year, with profit margin of 26.2%, 510%, basis point decrease. A lot of losses this year. They incur about 44.5 million loss as opposed to 7.8 million loss. They got about 400 million cash. Loss EBITDA also widened a lot due to higher employee expense, public company costs, and other operating costs. And they see full year 21 revenue growth to be around 51%, which would mean that, this overall growth over here is going to be a little bit lower too, possibly. And there's a lot of competitor in the milk space too. So, I think it could be an interesting buying opportunity here if you got the balls for it. You know what Warren Buffett always says, they buy when other people are fearful and sell when people are greedy. But we did break that trend line. I think if you're bullish, you could potentially see a move back to maybe $12, $13 in terms of hitting that blue moving average over here, right? Kind of that area right here. If you think it's going to bounce, could see a small bounce here to here to that blue moving average, which is around the $12 range. Other than that, I'm not too crazy about it long term. I don't really think oatmeal is the future or whatever and whatnot, just because there's so many competitors. What makes them so special compared to every other competitor, right? And like, who's to say like another new competitor wouldn't overtake them at some point or another? The other thing is, I actually tried their milk out too, and it doesn't even taste that. It doesn't even taste as well. It's just like super bland. You want to invest in things that are the future, right? But it could be an interesting dead cat bounce here. I mean, if it could break above this purple line here, which is like 14, it could potentially come back here. Because you can also say like the bullish case, oh, they're making more money than last year. They're doing well. Why shouldn't they be worth more, right? You can also make that excuse as well. So multiple ways to really say it. PROG blowing up. Had earnings the other day. What does this company do again? So we got a little resistance over here at the 7.5 level. So if this continued to move up, if it could break above this range over here at $5, then next level is 7.5. So you got a little resistance here. Right, so that's here, here, here. I think we're at it here, right? So fourth time hitting the resistance, we already broke about this point of control here. Broke above this level here, broke above this level. So next level it needs to break is about like 515s. If it could confirm that break over 515s, it could potentially hit the high sevens. But I have no clue what they do. This is not too crazy about penny stocks as much. But could see some interesting move here on PROG. If you guys are overall bullish on it. PROG. Yeah, Qualcomm up all day today, man. COMP. Let's take a look real quick. Last chart of the day. Compass. Isn't this like a mushroom company or something like that? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh, real estate agents. Software or something. They provide an end-to-end platform that empowers residential real estate agents to deliver exceptional service to clients. Okay. They had earnings the other day. Q4 pretty good. Full year pretty good. Analysts didn't like it. A lot of downgrades. Yeah, this could be a potential double bottom here. Maybe this is going down with like all the other real estate stocks like Zillow. They get a little bit reversal signal here. Hey, why not? You're looking for that double bottom move. We could see a move back to 12s, maybe 1280s. So, but I think like a lot of the whole sector is probably pretty beat up due to Zillow bad earning and stuff. So some of these other companies could potentially make a move back. I don't really know much about them. I don't know their software, how advanced they are, but could be an interesting double bottom. But a lot of IPOs they tend to do like these like slanted bottoms. So you might see the double bottom bounce, or you might see a more like slanted bounce, like somewhere over here, like at like tens. Yeah, definitely some resistance around 1230s and 1280s. I wouldn't even consider 11s to be much resistance. I would probably say 12 at the first resistance. I like it. Interesting ticker, man. I'll take a look. I might, yeah, I'll put an alert on it, man. I might get in on this with you. Thank you. Appreciate that. 7 metaverse stocks that we should be into. Oh yeah, if you guys want to invest in metaverse and just like put it away and forget about it, META. Oh no, it's ran away already. It's been mooning. Pew pew pew. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna end it here. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll take a look at Cisco, Nvidia, Sonos, Target from the morning, Baidu. But honestly, you know what? The only thing we're gonna be looking at tomorrow is Nvidia, man. That's it. Take care, guys, and have a good night.